G'day team. Today I want to talk to you about something a bit more personal because I know it relates to every single one of you as business owners. Because underneath every business is a whole bunch of people doing stuff, being people, uh, experiencing people emotions, having people interactions and communications. And I think sometimes we forget that we are just humans and there are highs and lows. And so you know, I want to talk to you about the highs and lows of business. And my hope is, by sharing a bit of a personal story, but also like just kind of normalizing this discussion. Because I think so many of us beat ourselves up when we go through the lows and we get fixated on the highs. And then that's the benchmark that when we go through the lows, it becomes harder and harder to pull yourselves out of them. And so, you know, I think this ties into personal development. It ties into resilience. It ties into like how you view yourself in the world, and like are you only a good person when you're succeeding, and when you're not doing so well in business, maybe you're not such a great person. I think it really ties into all these things and how we view and think about ourselves as an individual and a business owner in this world. And so for me, like I used to take the lows in business really personally and see it as like if I get some bad feedback from some of my clients, or like clients move on or don't want to work with me anymore, or all those sorts of things, and we all experience this in our own facets. I used to take that really quite personally, and sometimes take a few days to come out of those those kind of funks. Like you're not in a deep dark place, but you're just in a kind of a bad mood. And I started to recognize that it was because I saw those things as a personal affront, and it actually meant that I wasn't a good human, or I wasn't a great person. And like it took me a long time to move past that. But and like business is business, and sometimes people don't want to work with you. Sometimes clients don't want to give you their money. Sometimes clients don't want to be have you as part of their world. And the more you can get to a point where you're okay with that, and okay with the highs and lows of business, and recognizing that it is these peaks and troughs, and it is moments of elation where you have had an amazing success, you nailed a project, you got a massive client across the line. And it is the lows in terms of a staff member leaves, or you get some bad feedback from a client, or a client says, all right, thanks, but no thanks, we're moving on to work with somebody else. Like for me, I used to take that stuff really, really personally, and that was very early in my business journey. And I think everyone's got to go through that. Like I don't think anyone's born with that thick skin and that resilience. When you first start your business, you want to try and be all things to all people, and you want to have as many clients as you possibly can and please everyone. And I think as you get a bit more seasoned in business, you recognize that there's only really a quite a narrow or select few of people who you would call, part of your tribe, people who you would call like clients for life. And I guess sharing from my personal experience and my personal story, the more that you can kind of be okay with there being probably a vast majority or a big portion of clients who don't want to work with you, who don't like you. But if you focus on that tribe, if you focus on those people that you love connecting with, love hanging out with, love doing work with, um, it makes the process of business so much more enjoyable, because you're not trying to be all things to all people. You're recognizing that trying to be all things to all people means that you're just going to blow up and burn yourself out. And for me, my experience was I'd much rather focus on a select group of individuals who I know I can help, who I can get amazing results for, who, will turn up and do the work, and will, give me the time of day. And I want to focus on those people. I want to work with them. And the more that I can focus on working with them and giving them amazing experiences and giving them amazing results, the more I feel great about running my business and the more I enjoy it. And so I guess I want to share this experience because there are highs and lows. And I used to really take the lows quite personally and think that the highs were the benchmark, and think that the highs were, well, if I'm not achieving highs all the time, if I'm not signing new clients and I'm not having people come into my world constantly, therefore I'm not a good person, or therefore I might not be, the best version of me. And that's really hard. And that you take that out on your family and you take that on your loved ones. And I'm sharing this because I want to normalize it, and everyone's going through it in varying degrees. But the more you can move through that and recognize that you don't have to be all things to all people, and that there is an amazing tribe of clients and staff and team and people waiting for you, if only you just step into that sort of more authentic version of you and that person that you want to become, and that person that, you know, you're doing great work and you're enjoying what you're doing and you're having fun. You know, I was talking to someone on the weekend, and you know, no, this is not ground shouting or groundbreaking news, but life's too short. Like, life is meant to be lived, and life is meant to be um, full of enjoyment and happiness and all those sorts of things. But it's also meant to be the negative experiences too, because if we didn't have the negative, we wouldn't know what the positive is, and if we didn't have the positive, we wouldn't know what the negative is. So we're meant to experience this transient sense of feeling, these transient emotions, and not hang on so tightly to the highs, and not so that they, you know, they last forever, and not beat ourselves up when we go through the lows. So I think the journey for me is really being one of letting go of the highs and lows and recognize that it is the ebbs and flows of business. But the more that I can focus on just doing great work, focus on my tribe of clients and building an amazing team and building an amazing community around me and doing the best version of the work that I can do, the rest will kind of take care of itself. You know, we can spend a lot of time, effort, and energy trying to be all things to all people and trying to be someone we're not. But the more that we kind of step into who we are, we'll attract the clients who want to be around us. We'll attract the team that want to be around us, and we start to build this tribe. So I guess I just wanted to share that with you, to normalize this journey of being a business owner. There are highs and lows, but let's not attach self-worth, or let's not attach our success as a business person to the highs or lows, and let's not make them mean anything. Let's go through them. Let's enjoy the highs, and let's, you know, navigate the lows and recognize the lows are there to teach us something, and that they're there to strengthen us and to build resilience and to help us become better versions of ourselves. But ultimately, everything is transient. The lows won't last, the highs won't last. So if we can move through the business journey on a bit more of an even keel and a bit more of an even playing field, you're going to come out the other end succeeding, because you're not tying your self-worth and whether you're a good person or not to those highs and lows. As long as you turn up every day and be the best version of you, and put the the next foot forward, and you keep taking that action, and you keep building that tribe of like-minded clients and teammates around you, you know, you will succeed. But you'll succeed to the level of success that you want, and that's right for you, and that is meant for you. So I think there's this comparison thing here too, where we always compare ourselves to other people and go, well, they've got a bigger business than me, then they've got more clients, so they've got more staff. And that might be an aspiration, something you want to get to, but it's not healthy if you compare yourselves to them and beat yourself up. So let's weather the highs and lows. Let's become that person that doesn't attach self-worth and meaning to the highs and lows, and just keep turning up every day, having fun, and navigating this crazy thing that is business. So team, that's it for me today. I just wanted to sort of share those learnings from, you know, the past 8 or 9 years running my business, and the last 15 years in the industry. So have an awesome day. Team, if you want to keep building your business on your own, we have a ton of free resources for you to keep doing so. But if you want some help building your business, if you want some help navigating and avoiding the pitfalls and the shortfalls, and being, you know, guided on what to do next for the growth of your business, I'd love to invite you to join our Boardroom coaching program. So if that's you, if you'd like some help building your business even faster, just comment the word Boardroom below, or send me a message or an email with the word Boardroom, and let's have a chat about how I can help you build your business even faster. Have an awesome day.